Hey there, Walt here from Walt in PA. I am just hopping on my Honda CB650F to take it for a little ride around town. Nothing crazy, just something nice and short today to surpass my 500-mile milestone, which is pretty significant for me as a new rider. So let's do it. Well, here we go. Well, thank you for joining me on my short little run around town. So, before the intro, I had mentioned that I'm coming up on the 500-mile milestone for my new-to-me Honda CB650F. And as a new rider, I think that's a pretty significant milestone to hit. Now, I realize some of you are hearing 500 miles and thinking, bah, that's a good day's ride. But for someone like me who doesn't get out doesn't get out on long trips, doesn't get out very often, it's a lot of short trips here and there. I usually ride very much like I am today, where I've decided to take my lunch break a little early. It's about 10 a.m. and the idea behind that is just to not have to be out here when the sun's beating down on me at noon. So ordinarily my rides will be a lot like this. I'll go through town a little bit, I'll venture off onto some backcountry roads, make a big loop around my home base, my home, and then call it a day. Usually go out for an hour. A long ride would be an hour and a half. Usually by then that's when I'm starting to get stiff from sitting too long. So my rides started out pretty short, actually. I would just ride around the developments around my house and kind of expand my radius little by little. And now I'm going, usually when I go for a decent ride, it's between 50 and 60 miles. And it's mostly through roads just like this. I don't venture out anywhere on the highway. I'm not quite ready for that yet. As I said, I am a new rider. I purchased this bike. I looked back at it and it was delivered on June 2nd. So it's been almost a month now. Today is the 29th. Not quite sure when this will be posted. I've got my video schedule's all messed up. I've got stuff pretty much everywhere and I don't know what's being posted when because I keep shuffling stuff. But at any rate, it's been a little less than a month that I've had this bike and I've managed to put 500 miles on it, which is pretty good. Well, since we're out here for this little ride anyway, and I really don't have an agenda as far as what I wanted to talk about, maybe I'll give you a channel update instead, since I've got your attention anyhow. So things have been going extremely well on the channel, much better than I anticipated. So when I started this channel, I really expected, I didn't even know what I expected. I expected a virtual ghost town, and I'm sure I've said that on numerous occasions already. But the interaction from the motovlogging community has been fantastic. Every video seems to be getting comments, likes. I'm gaining subscribers every week. It's a very slow process, but I'm thrilled with it nonetheless. So as of right now, or as of this morning, I was at 12 subscribers, and my view count and my time watched analytics have been steadily increasing little by little every week, which again is amazing for the age of my motovlog channel. I really didn't expect much in terms of growth over the first couple of months, really. So I've been kind of keeping, I don't want to say I've been keeping an eye on my analytics, but I have been paying attention to them to a degree. I'm not letting them define my channel at this point. It's still much too early, and I don't want to go chasing views or watch time or anything like that. But there are certain things I want to keep an eye on, and I have been doing a little bit of research on channel growth as it applies to YouTube. And that has been interesting. I watched a handful of videos and they all seem to go the same way. It's like, here's how to grow your first 100 subscribers or your first 1,000 subscribers or whatever that target goal is. You know, we're going to give you the secrets. And then basically they're telling you to pay attention to your watch time, your engagement, to utilize thumbnails and end screens and cards to try to maximize the usage of SEO as it applies to search results. But the interesting thing about those videos, the thing I find most interesting, is that they seem to lack actionable advice. So, you know, you watch these videos and they'll tell you, okay, this is important and this is important and you need to do this because of that. But they never explain the process behind it. It's like, I don't know, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure of an analogy to make it make sense in my mind. In a nutshell, they're giving you just pieces of the information and not all of it. So this whole thing has been kind of quite the learning process. So as I said, I'm not obsessing over the analytics and the stats, but there is one thing that I've been kind of keeping an eye on, and that's watch time. And the interesting thing about watch time is, over the last couple of weeks, my video length has been going up. That's probably for me getting more comfortable and just rambling a bit more than I did in the beginning, because I was making an effort to keep my video length at a maximum of 12 minutes. And there was no hard and fast rule on that 12 minutes. It was just what seemed right. It was just a goal for me to shoot for. Not sure where I am, but it's kind of a nice area wherever I am. Nice view. But at any rate, the goal initially was 12 minutes, and I've been creeping up over that over the last couple of weeks. I think the last video I posted was close to 16 minutes, maybe even 18 minutes. So I know when I start doing the initial editing, I'll go through and I'll get all the footage into iMovie that I want to use, complete with dead air and just complete raw, unedited, untouched footage. It's usually in excess of 20 minutes, and then I'll start cutting it, chopping away at it until I get what I feel is a decent video. And as that's happened, or as that's been happening, the video length winds up being 16-18 minutes, as I said. So the important part of the puzzle there is when I look at my YouTube analytics, I can see that my subscribers are watching most of those 16 minutes, usually in excess of 10 minutes, which is amazing. The fact that I've got people that are actually engaged in watching. But my non-subscribers, people that aren't subscribed to the channel, they're watching the videos for roughly 2.5 minutes. And while in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't bother me a whole lot, because I know the channel's young and I've got to get these rough videos out of the way to begin with. I know it's definitely not going to help with recommendations from other channels. So if you're watching a video on any other motovlogger's channel, the likelihood of my video being recommended next drops when my engagement is low. So in an effort to sort of broaden my reach and become visible to a larger audience, I need to increase that engagement and get that watch time up from non-subscribers. So I think going forward, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get back down to that 12-minute mark, maybe even a little bit tighter if I can manage. And the quasi-amusing thing of that story is that it probably took me 10 minutes to tell you, and I'm already over the 12-minute mark, so I'm going to have to do quite a bit of chopping on this one as well. So I think that's it for my channel update, my little 500-mile milestone. You're not going to cross it with me on the bike. I got a couple miles to go, and I'm not sure what else to say because I'm trying to keep the video length relatively short going forward. So I don't want to just ramble on for the next 3 miles, which could take a while on these little backcountry roads. So with that said, thank you for watching. Really appreciate all the support that I've gotten so far. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Drop down in the comment section down below, share your thoughts. And until next time, take it easy and ride safe.